Hi kids, in today's session you are going to learn about society in Sangam age. How the society it was there in the Sangam age only, during Sangam age only we are going to see there, okay. Many of the communities of the Iron Age society were organized as tribes and some of them were chiefdoms. Most probably the tribal community ruled by a chief and the larger kingdom ruled by a king. Composition of the society. Social stratification had begun to take root in Tamil society by the Sangam times onwards. There are several clan based communities, including groups such as Pannar, Paratavar, Einar, Ulavar, Kanavar, Vettuvar, and Maravar. These are the clan based communities. What the work they are doing, according to that, they they distinguished the communities. The vendors, chiefs, and their associates formed the higher social groups. There were priests who were known as Andanas. Priest means those who are doing the puja to the god. They are called as a priest. They were called in the name of the Antanas. There were artisan groups specializing in pottery and blacksmithing. Pottery, you know, isn't it? Blacksmith means those who are working with iron is called as a blacksmithing. The caste system we find in northern India did not take root in Tamil country, as social groups were divided into 5 situational types and related occupational patterns. Most probably first how they divided, only in the 5 types alone they distinguished their Tamil society. Okay, after that alone, on the basis of the occupation they divided the society. The development of agriculture and pastoral ways of life might have harmed the ecosystem and the naturally available forest as well as the wild animals. It is possible that some of the hunter gatherers might have been pushed to the forest areas and a few might have taken up the occupation of manual laborers. Somebody, that means those who are the hunter and gatherers, they were entered into the forest and they became as the manual laborers also. The development of agriculture in the wetland region depended on the use of certain groups of people as the laborers. Only the certain group of people only became as the agriculturists there. Women are frequently referred in Tamil text as mothers, heroines, and foster mothers. Foster mother means those who are helping to grow up the child. They are called as a foster mother. Friendly women from Pannar families, dancers, poets, and royal women were all portrayed in Sangam literature. There are references to women from all 5 ecozones. For example, Venni Kuyattayar is identified as a poetess from the village of Venni. There are references to women protecting Tinai fields from birds and Umanarkula women selling salt, showing that women were involved in the primary production. That means the primary production means what we are saying. That means what are the things that we are taking from the earth as it is and utilizing it is called as a primary production. Agriculture and taking the salt from the ocean and taking the pearl from the ocean, hunting, gathering, everything comes under the primary production. That means the women also they involved in the primary production. Instances where women prefer to die along with their husbands also occur in the literature of the times. That means the sati. Okay, sati also practiced in the Sangam society. Economy. The economy was mixed as elaborated in the Tinai concept. People practiced agriculture, patriotism, trade, and money exchange, hunting, gathering, and fishing, depending upon the ecozones in which they lived, where they lived. According to that, they worked there also. Okay, the people they worked, those who are living near to the river valley, they followed the agriculture as well as the pastoralism. Already I told about that 5 Tinais, isn't it? Kurinji, Mullai, Marudam, Neidal, Palai. According to that, the place where they are living, according to that alone, they followed their occupation also. Agricultural production. Agriculture was one of the main source of subsistence. Crops like paddy, sugar cane, millets were cultivated. Both wet and dry land farming were practiced. In the river vine and tank irrigated areas, paddy was cultivated. Already I told you, isn't it? By the bank of the river, as well as wherever the water we can able to irrigate from, we can bring from the river, that place and all they utilized for the paddy cultivation. Millets were cultivated in the dry lands where we can't able to get that much water. In that areas they cultivated the millets. Varieties of rice such as sennel, vennel. Sennel means red rice, vennel means white rice, and avenel. Avenel means one of the type of the rice. Okay, that also they what they did there, they cultivated. Rice grains were found in burial urns at excavation in Adichanallur and Porunthal. In the two places they found that that biggest part, like one of the biggest part, like only they used there. What they did there, that means the stored in that one, in that biggest part they stored all the rice, and what they did there, they buried in the earth. Whenever they need that, at that moment they will take that one. People in the forest adopted a poonam or shifting cultivation. That means one of the land they will utilize in interior of the forest. They will destroy that forest place, one of the place, and what they will do, they will utilize that one for the agriculture purpose. After utilizing, that means after completing the yielding, they will leave that place and they will move on to the next place. In that next place again they will do the agriculture, and after that they will move on to the next place. Like that only they will move there. After that means after 5 or 6 years alone, they will utilize first place which they used to cultivate interior of the forest. That one, when they will utilize that one after the 5 to 6 years, that means they at that moment alone the soil it became fertile, so they utilized it. Okay, next, industries and crafts of the Sangam age. Craft production and craft specialization were important aspects of the urbanization. In the Sangam age, there were professional groups that produced various commodities. The system of production of commodities is called as a industry. Pottery. What are the industries only we are going to see? Pottery, iron smelting industry, stone ornaments, gold jewelry, glass beads, pearl fishery and shell bangle textiles. These are all the industries they followed there. Okay, pottery was practiced in many settlements. People used pottery produced by Kalamsieko in their daily activities, and so they were made in large numbers. Black ware, russet coated painted ware, black and red ware potteries were the different types of pottery they used there. Iron smelting industry. Iron smelting was undertaken in traditional furnaces, and such furnaces with terracotta pipes and raw ore have been found in many archaeological sites. How they melted the iron, everything we may see in the so many archaeological sites. For example, they given about the Kodumanal and Guttur. In these two places, they found the iron smelting evidences. Iron implements were required for agriculture as well as for the warfare. Stone ornaments. The poor wore ornaments made of clay, terracotta, iron and leaves and flowers. The rich wore the jewelry made of precious stones, copper as well as the gold. Gold jewelry. Gold coins from Roman was used to make jewelry. Evidence of gold smelting we may see in the Pattanam in Kerala. Okay. Next, glass beads. Glass material was melted in a furnace and drawn into long tubes which were then cut into small beads. Glass beads came in various shapes and color. Most probably this evidence we can see in the Arikamendu, Kudikadu. Pearl fishery and shell bangle. The Barman coast is famous for the pearl fishery. Shell bangles were very common in the Sangam age. Old shells as well as fragments of bangles have been found at many sites. Sangam literature describes women wearing shell bangles. Textiles. Evidence of spindle whorls and pieces of cloth have been found in Kodumanal. Literature too refers to cloths called Kalingam and other fine varieties of textiles. Okay, children, thank you.